Hello, everybody, and welcome to this pick a card reading. So happy full moon in Scorpio. It is the full moon right now as I'm filming this reading, and I just saw it down at the beach and it was magnificent. So it's been a really intense time. I'm hoping that this reading can bring some positive energy and sort of an uplifting of the spirits for the collective. We're going to be looking at what is hidden beneath the surface for you right now, and what is sort of waiting to be revealed. And yeah, we're going to look at it from this angle and see what Spirit would like to say to you today. So go ahead and choose one of three groups, whichever one or more than one you feel drawn to, and then I will see you for your reading. Hello, group one, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the B, luck, industriousness, and sweet victory, card number 16. So this card always makes me feel that things are going to happen quickly for you. When this card shows up, it's like you're going to have a breakthrough. And I'm feeling for your group, like things might have been quite heavy recently or quite challenging for you. I'm feeling like some kind of energy of burden, like you've been carrying a lot of burden. You've had a lot of responsibilities or things on your shoulders, or you've been juggling a lot of things, or like caretaking for others, caretaking the needs of others as well. So I just feel like things might have been quite full on, quite a lot, like quite intense. And I think that you're really ready for a breakthrough. I think you've been needing a breakthrough for quite some time now. And it just sort of hasn't necessarily been manifesting, because I'm feeling an energy from you where it's like almost an energy. I don't think this is necessarily all of the time, but I think some of the time you get into an energy where you kind of almost like want to give up, or you lose faith. It's like a loss of faith energy. When things can be too much, we can actually very easily like sort of feel like we've lost faith in the divine. And I feel like you're a very, very spiritual person. And I think this can be quite heartbreaking for you, like to feel this sense of just this sense of like loss of trust or faith that things will actually work out for you, or that things will be okay, or that you will be sort of helped. I'm getting an image of like someone who feels like they're drowning and that there's like no one there to necessarily pull them out, because I feel like there's a lot of things that are on your shoulders right now. Like I'm feeling, like a lot, like I'm feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. And so, this is the energy you've been in. I feel like especially it's been intensifying leading up to this full moon in Scorpio. This is a timeless reading, but I'm just feeling this for like the last 2 weeks, say. You've been experiencing something of really facing some kind of fear around not having others there for you, or like not being helped in some way, or not having the support that you need from the divine, from spirit, and kind of questioning things and being like, what is this? Okay, so what is hiding beneath the surface for you is a breakthrough, okay? It's a massive breakthrough. It's a major breakthrough. It's not just a little one. It's actually a really, really major one. A one that I want to say like, I'm feeling into it. It feels like a breakthrough that's actually going to be one of the major breakthroughs in your life, okay? In your whole lifetime. This feels like a big breakthrough that will change the course of your life forever. And it will lift you from an experience that you're in to an experience that you're moving into, which is going to be very, very different. I'm seeing a lot of change happening with this breakthrough. So it's like, what's that saying is darkest before the dawn, okay? You've been going through a really dark, dark energy. And it's because it's like sort of, it's darkest before the dawn. Like there's an intensity that things can intensify right before we have a breakthrough. Things can intensify and become almost unbearable, where we feel like I can't continue in this energy. I can't continue in this way. And that's what I'm hearing from you. It's like, I can't keep going like this. This isn't fair. This isn't okay with me. So it's like you really are sort of objectively needing things to change. Like from an objective place, you actually need things to change, because the way that you are sort of functioning right now feels unsustainable, and it feels almost like unfair or something. That's what I'm hearing. Something about it feels unfair. You might have been really trapped in like a victim consciousness and really bringing up, I'm feeling abandonment wounds or betrayal wounds, something like this, or something about not being supported, not having the help that you need, the support you need. Because I keep getting this image, and it's interesting because Scorpio is a water sign. I keep getting this image of someone, it's like they're struggling to stay afloat in the water, and they're just like, can someone please come and help me? Like, can something please help me? Like spirit, universe, anyone, please. So, okay. So you are going to be thrown a lifeboat, right? To get onto like safe ground. Like you're going to be able to touch the shore again. But this is going to be, it's like you coming out of this water, emerging from this water, because I'm seeing you in the ocean. And I'm seeing you like struggling to stay afloat and just like really needing help. And then it's like the universe is going to throw you some kind of a lifeline, a lifeboat, and you're going to make your way to shore. And then on that shore, it's like a whole new reality starts for you. A whole new life begins for you here. It's like a totally different experience of the universe, of the world for you. And like I'm saying, this breakthrough is big. It feels like one of the biggest breakthroughs in your life. Like there will be more than just this to come, and there have been more in the past, but this feels really, really significant, and one that you will remember for the rest of your life. Like this is a very significant breakthrough, and it's taking you from one state of being to another. It's almost a shift in consciousness and a shift in conscious awareness, where your life will be very, very different moving forwards. And this card is number 16, like I said in the start of your reading. Number 16 is the Tower card in the Major Arcana in the Tarot. So I always read this card. It has like a tower influence to it. And it's like this kind of a tower moment is a very lucky one where, like I said, the foundations that you are currently operating within, that you're currently working with, are actually very unsustainable for you. It's actually not something that can continue long term, because I actually feel as well a sense of like you've outgrown your circumstances. Things that you were working with, it's almost like you've outgrown your karma actually. Oh my gosh, this is so positive for you, group one. It's like you've outgrown your karma. It's not just your circumstances. It's like certain limitations that you have been facing, that you have been operating under, were very karmically like derived from some kind of karma that you have been carrying, karmic sort of limitations, and you've outgrown it. You've outgrown that. So you're entering into a new phase. You're going up a level. You're moving up a level. It's going to feel like a quantum leap. You're going to feel like you've like really shifted. Like I said, you're moving from a state of being in the waters of the oceans, kind of thrashing around and trying to survive, to going onto dry land and entering into like a whole new universe. I feel as well, once you touch that dry land, you're going to feel a sense of relief and release of stress. Like I'm seeing a lot of stress release coming in, like stress relief and release. It's like actually going to be releasing out of your cells. You're going to feel like you can sort of restore your energy again, restore your nervous system, because I feel you've been under a lot of pressure or a lot of stress. Maybe with your work, with your family life, with relationships, with facing fears and traumas and karmic limitations that have been like burdens for you. It's been so much, and I really want to acknowledge this for you and really send you so much love. And I feel your spirit guides really surrounding you right now in a circle and holding, it's like they're all holding hands, and like this angelic energy surrounding you, holding hands and like sort of bathing you in this loving light to show you that you are not alone. You are loved. You really are loved. And that what you've been going through, you've done so with such integrity, with such honesty, with such a unbreakable spirit. Like you are truly unbreakable. And I feel you're going to feel this sense of invincibility. And it comes from a very powerful, like not from an ego place, but from a very powerful soul-driven place where it's like you can go through so much adversity. You can go through something that someone is like, I'm hearing it's like if someone heard what you've been going through recently, they would be like, how are you even dealing with this? Like, how are you even surviving this? Like it feels really full on. It feels really intense. And you've kind of just had to keep going. You know, there's like, it gets to a point sometimes in life where like we don't get a choice anymore. We just have to keep moving forwards. You know, things can be so hard. We can have so many things stacked against us, but it's like, well, what choice do we have except to take another step to live another day? So that's what you've been doing. And it's like, it hasn't broken you. It's actually made you stronger. And anywhere that you have felt broken, when that heals in this new phase you're moving into, you will feel so much stronger for going through that. Like there's a beauty in that, in those parts of you that are healing. Like you're going to really feel invincible, and it's going to feel very, very powerful from a very like soul-driven place. Like you're going to feel as a soul, you are so powerful, and you're really going to see you witnessing yourself, like seeing yourself in a different light, seeing yourself differently, and realizing like, whoa, I'm amazing. I see you actually saying that to yourself and really feeling into that feeling of like really honoring yourself, honoring your life, honoring what you have been through, the trials that you have walked through, and how you've come always time and time again, you've come to the other side of things, and you've grown and you've evolved and you've become a higher consciousness being for it. So you're going to feel lucky, okay? Luck, industriousness, sweet victory. And I feel this sense of you're going to be exiting a waiting room, okay? I'm seeing you like almost feeling like this, like you've been treading water. Like you might feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not making any progress, or I'm just sort of sitting here in this ocean feeling like you're drowning under the weight of your burdens and things like this. Whew. It's really full on. Okay. But this new phase, like I'm saying, you're entering dry land. There's going to be a lifeboat, a life raft. Something comes in that transports you, that catapults you like a quantum leap, that transports you to the dry land so you can walk on the sand and you can sort of like feel that stability under your feet again. Oh, I'm sending you so much love, group one. I really am. Whew. So yeah, you can walk on dry land and you have that stability under your feet again. And then it's like the industriousness takes over. It's like, then I feel you've got all these hopes and these dreams and these goals. And it's like spirit wants you to know that you have been making progress towards them. You might feel like, oh my gosh, I've just been staying in one place, or I've just been having to deal with crisis and survival and all these sorts of things that have been so distracting and draining. But it's like all through that has been like the perfect kind of medicine, the perfect sort of fuel to get you to where you are going. Like when we face these really challenging things in life, a lot of the time we can feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not where I'm meant to be. This isn't meant to be happening to me. This shouldn't happen. But actually a lot of the time, not all of the time, I don't know if it's like 100%, but maybe it is. But a lot of the time, it is actually the perfect thing that we need to have happen to get us to the next phase of our life. Even when it feels unbearable, even when it feels totally unfair and it's like, why is this happening? It's actually catapulting us towards our destiny. Like time and time again, we are in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, even if it's uncomfortable, because we can look back and we can see like, oh yeah, I was really working through, my abandonment issues then. I was really working through my money issues or my money blocks. It's like, okay, I get it now. I can see how I've been moving forwards this entire time. So you're going to have like a different vantage point to look at your life from a different place, a different state of mind. You want to be very proud of yourself. But yeah, so I see a different shift. So what's hiding beneath the surface is actually a lot of energy and life force energy being freed up for you. Like I'm seeing this very much in like this linear fashion where it's like right now I feel this drowning energy. The lifeboat's coming in like ASAP, okay? It's coming in really soon for you, right? The tower, the energy, like the timing of this card is fast. Like the timing feels like it's now. Like it's like, boom, here it is. So you're getting a life raft, you're finding your way to dry land, you're stepping out onto that shore, you're on the sand, you're gathering yourself, you're, releasing some of that stress and that anxiety that you've been feeling. And then it's like, here we go. You're moving into a totally different phase of your life and you're moving into this industriousness. It's like, hello, sweet victory. Like you are going to be productive. Okay. Productivity is what is hiding underneath the surface for you, especially if you've been feeling like I'm feeling this energy from you. Where it's like you keep getting distracted by this thing and that thing and this thing and that thing. And it's like frustrating you because you're like, I want to just be able to move forwards, or I want to be able to focus on this thing. But it's like there's so many things you have to take care of, or people you have to care for, responsibilities or burdens or limitations that you're facing. So without a lot of those, like as I see that you've been alchemizing, okay? Like what you've been going through recently, as intense and unbearable as it's felt, it's like it's actually speeding up your path, okay? Sometimes we can choose as a soul to go through a really intense period because it kind of catapults us forwards on our path. And that's exactly what I feel you've gone through. It's like instead of having this spread out over like 6 months or 2 years of just a few little things happening, it's like, why not get it all done in a shorter amount of time? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? And so it's like you have the strength and the tenacity as a soul to be able to get through this, to be able to do this. And then when you get to the other side, it's like, boom, I'm in a totally different phase. You've quantum leaped into a new area, and you don't have to face that level of intensity and that feeling of where it's unbearable. So you're moving into a lot more of comfort, because productivity comes from a place of like having your needs being met. I feel like a lot of the time when we aren't productive, it's like there are sort of basic needs that we need to meet, whether that's health or, we might be distracted by really traumatic events that are happening, whatever it might be. So yeah, you're moving into like really a phase of thriving when you come from a place of surviving. And it's going to be quite a contrast for you, group one, okay? Because I just keep getting this image of someone in the water and they feel like they can't keep treading water. They're like, I can't keep doing this. I need help. Please, universe, please, spirit, anyone, please help me. And then it's like, boom, you get something that's like a life raft and it bridges you to this next part. It bridges you to dry land, where when you're on that dry land, it's like, oh, you can just breathe out. You can just like relax and be like, oh, thank God, I made it. I made it through this. And you've reached some level of stability, then that elevates your frequency and you're very, very productive. And it's going to be very satisfying to you because I feel you've had something that you felt held back on. Like you've had a project or you've had a goal, you've had something that you've really wanted to do or achieve. And you're like, how is this ever going to happen under these conditions? So you've had a really intense period recently of karmic completion and like karmic alchemy, where it's like things that have really burdened you, I'm seeing for lifetimes, have really been in your face, and like you've had to confront it, and it might have been really draining or really hard, or it might have been like something that you really didn't want to have to stay with because it's really, not a nice energy to stay with. But you've done it and you've overcome it, and you're really heading to the other side now. So when this breakthrough happens, it will happen very quickly. Like it will kind of be an overnight thing. Okay, with the tower, it's like overnight sort of timing. It's like, here you go, boom, something's shifted now. Yeah, I see it overnight. It's like you wake up one morning and everything's shifted. Everything's changed. Your whole, like, it's like your karmic, the karmic destiny that you're working with has shifted, and things can manifest completely differently. And the limitations that you keep facing, it's like I see you waking up and like you bang your head against this sort of like karmic limitation. And then it's like one morning you wake up and there's no resistance anymore. It's like you're not banging your head against anything. It's like you have a totally different landscape and energy field to play within. Okay, so I'm going to pull you a chakra card from these little 7 chakras. Let's see which one Spirit wants you to be aware of right now. The crown. I was feeling the crown. And look, 1 + 6 is 7, 7, 7. So gosh, look at that freedom. Oh, wow. You're going to be feeling so good, group 1. Yes, I'm so happy for you. Like, this is truly even more than luck, because it feels like freedom. And I really feel for you. Like, you have not been feeling free. It's been really intense and it hasn't been making you feel free. And I really feel it. But this breakthrough, what's hiding beneath the surface is like this shift. It's like, oh, I'm seeing now like a snake shedding a skin. It's like a whole layer that you've been working with is actually coming out. And I don't know how long it takes for a snake to shed skin, but it happens pretty fast, right? It happens within a couple of days, I think. And so that's what I'm seeing. It's like all of this like build up, it's like been churning and churning and churning. It's been intense, really intense energy, really intense like hardship. And then it's like, whoa, within a few days, it's like you've shed your skin and you're in a totally different phase, and you've got a totally different like fresh sort of like energy to work with. I'm seeing you really releasing burden, like releasing struggles, releasing energy that's been dense and heavy and hard, and releasing the challenge, like where life feels so challenging and it feels like, I keep hearing this thing of like, it feels unfair. Like it's like beyond just challenging, it's like to the point where it's like, this is not even fair. This is not fair. So I really feel this sense of like, releasing from that burden and that almost like shackles, like that's been like really holding you down. And it's like those chains leaving you, and you're feeling this freedom, this newfound freedom, maybe freedom in your body, like a health breakthrough, financial breakthrough. I mean, health is wealth, so they're kind of really connected to one another. It's very hard to kind of have one without the other in a way. Oh, I guess some people do, but I don't know. From like a spiritual perspective, like health is wealth, wealth is health. Like they're kind of connected into one another. The 5 of Pentacles talks about this in the tarot. It's like the 5 of Pentacles is both ill health and not having enough money, like poverty. They're like kind of one and the same energetically in a certain way. So that's the kind of energy that I'm feeling is like, or maybe relationships, like freeing yourself from some kind of relationship issues that have been really weighing you down, or I don't know, whatever you've been thinking of as I'm talking, that's been like the biggest burdens for you, like that's what you're freeing yourself from. Like whatever comes to mind when you're hearing me like describe what you've been going through, and whatever comes to mind when I say you've been kind of drowning in the ocean or treading water, trying to survive, it's like, what has that been for you? What area of your life has that been about for you? So it's about like really freeing yourself and like feeling this like lift. I keep getting this lift of weight, like weight lifting off of you, weight lifting off of your shoulders, like in such a profound and deep way. I see you almost like weeping tears of gratitude and joy, and your connection to spirit will be completely transformed. Like now my crown chakra is really buzzing actually. I feel your connection to spirit really like rewiring and coming back online really strong, because like I said, when we go through things that are so hard that they really are like, just ridiculously hard, it's very natural to sometimes lose faith for a period of time. There's nothing wrong with that. And when you come back into faith, it actually can help strengthen your energy of being kind of like a spiritual leader. Because I do feel like with the energy I've been picking up for you, you have a lot of natural like responsibility, like in your life, the way that you live your life, you take responsibility for yourself, you take responsibility, like I see you somehow caretaking for others in some way, or having responsibility over clients' well-being or family, children. something like this where it's like you're caring for others or you're looking out for others in some way. And I see that enhancing as well with this crown chakra. It's like stepping into a really, really profound leadership energy as well is what I'm seeing, but feeling the strength from within to kind of actually do that. So let's pull some more cards and see what else Spirit's wanting to tell you about this. Like, what is this breakthrough, Spirit? What do you want them to know about this breakthrough hiding beneath the surface for them? Seriously, that crown chakra feels so good. Like, as I tune in with it, it feels so good to be free. And it's like I'm seeing you like dancing, like ecstatic dancing. That's the kind of energy where it's like all this life force flowing through you, such electrical currents of energy. Your life force returning to you, being so industrious and productive, having so much energy to expend on your life instead of feeling held back. And the crown does talk about freedom, and it also, again, talks about things happening quickly, actually. The crown talks about things manifesting within 1 or 2 days. Within 48 hours, things will manifest when the crown chakra is activated and we're manifesting through the crown. So it's like, keep in mind that things can happen for you quickly. And I feel you really, really need to know this right now, Group 1, because you've been in the depths of pain and suffering and feeling like, oh my gosh, things aren't going to change for me. Things are never going to change for me if I can't continue like this. And it's like Spirit is assuring you that things can change. Even within a day, something of your life could be completely different. And you just have to hold out faith and trust in this right now, because you're going through a process that your higher self, your soul, like you chose for this to happen before incarnating. You knew how intense things would get, but you chose to have it happen in a shorter period of time and therefore more intensity. Okay, that's just what I'm feeling for you. Just what I'm picking up is that you chose for it to happen in a shorter period of time rather than spread out over like several years of like little bits of intensity. It's like you were like, let's just get it over with so I can get on with my life and start to manifest like bigger and better things. And it's like you have a mission, Group 1. Like I feel like you've just been in such a challenging place, right? Like recently, that you've kind of forgotten, like you are actually a really important soul on this earth. You are really important for this earth. Like I feel tears in my eyes as I'm saying this, because the divine just really wants you to know how loved you are and how important you are. Like you are special. You are important. The world needs you, Group 1. We need you here. You're going to help the world. Like your existence helps to shape the like course of events of the earth's future. You are important. Whew. Patience. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Yeah, you've been patient, but it's like things are changing to where it's like you're kind of getting what you've been waiting for. Like I'm seeing you've been really patient, okay? And you're getting some mark of like, oh my gosh, I'm actually on my way. Or it's like I see you having the energy to start to manifest the things you've been waiting for. Because when we set goals in life, a lot of the work to achieving our goals is actually clearing away the blockages that we have to receiving that goal. Okay. So a lot of the work in the 3D is like, oh, I want this thing. Well, I have to clear all the blocks that I have to receiving this thing. Right. So that's what you've been going through. And look at this. Back of the deck is the 10 of fire. That's exactly right. It's like you've been going through, and the 4 of earth. Spirit saying, don't worry. Things aren't going to be like you're in more of a stable place than you realize, because things have been so intense with this 10 of earth. You've been burning through so much karmic debris that you might be thinking like, oh my gosh, like I'm going to lose everything, or everything in my life's unstable, or it's all going to be taken away, or, you know, I don't know, fears about things ending or not working out for you. But Spirit's saying like 4 of earth, things are more stable than you realize. And look at this, the crown is represented in this card as well. Things are more stable than you realize. Like you are going through something that is destined, predestined, and the universe will support you through this. Like you have more support than you've been realizing. And that's what you're going to realize soon, because it's going to come in for you in a really big way. So the 10 of fire is like, you have goals, you have certain things, and they're goals that are bigger than just you, because like I'm saying, you are a soul that is here to help the collective. You are a soul that is a wise leader. You're here for a bigger mission than just your own. Like your mission on earth involves the collective in a really massive and important way. And therefore, like when you have this kind of a level of mission, it's like, yeah, you're also going to be, it's not for the faint of heart. Shall we just say that? Okay. It's not for the faint of heart to take on a mission like you have, but you are so strong. Like you are unbreakable. You seriously are. You are unbreakable. it's really powerful. And that feeling of unbreakability, like it's such a sacred and divine feeling, like to really go through so much and to come out the other side and be like, I can heal, like I am healed, I am whole, I can go through anything and I can survive it and I can heal this for the collective. Like it's so powerful. So you've had certain goals that are very aligned with your mission, with your soul's intention for your lifetime. And you're like, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to get to. This is what I'm having. Like you're very ambitious. I'm feeling it's like this ambitious energy, which is why it's been so hard for you to feel held back, because you're like, I'm willing to do everything I can to achieve this. But then you've had these things come against you that have been very challenging and tiring and things like this. Okay, but what you've been going through is actually a huge part of the manifestation process, and Spirit wants you to shift your perception to see this, because when you have things in your life like challenges that like what you've been going through, karmic completions, karmic alchemy, that is such an important role, like part of the manifestation process. So it's like you've been burning through. The 10 of fire is about burning through things, like the burdens that we hold. It's like, oh my God, it's so heavy. But then boom, the next one is the page of fire after that. Like the 10 of fire is about completion. 10s are always sort of like completion energies. And the 10 of fire is like you've come to the end of a very hard journey. And it's a good thing it's not the 9 of fire, okay? Because the 9 of fire... The 9 of fire is like, you got to persevere, you got to hold on. It doesn't matter how long it takes, just keep going. But the 10 of fire is actually a lot more, it does still speak to the burden. It still speaks to like all of the energy that I've been describing that you've been going through. However, it's the end of this phase for you. It's the end. So it's like celebrate, you know, like celebrate the fact that you're right at the end of it. And it's just the last like little bit of burning through these things before boom, a massive breakthrough, a quantum leap where you're moving forwards with so much luck. And you've been really patient for these manifestations to come in. But whenever we set a goal, whenever a goal comes into our conscious awareness and we're like, oh yeah, I want to achieve this, or this is what I want, or this is what I want, instantly things start to take place where we start to have to clear the things that are blocking us from that. Or if you've prayed to Spirit and been like, I really desire this, or you've been really aware of a desire that you have, but you might have some things blocking you, or you might have past life karma that you have to clear in order to achieve that. So you're right where you need to be. Like Spirit's asking you to change your perception on where you are right now, because you're right on the cusp of a breakthrough. Like you're so close to a breakthrough, it's kind of ridiculous. And the way that your life is going to change is like boom, it's like day and night. It's like literally you wake up one morning and you're a different person. You're literally a different person. The conditions of your life have completely changed. It's kind of like, imagine that you've been living under the conditions of like a crazy raging storm for like 6 months or something, or maybe less time, but maybe we'll just say 6 months. And it's been the most intense storm and it hasn't even left. It hasn't even like lifted at all for one day. And then you wake up and one day it's just gone. And it's like perfectly sunny day. And you're like, wait, did I just survive that? Did I just get through that? Oh my God. And then it's like the weather is so good from now on. You know, that's the kind of energy I'm getting. It's like, I know how intense it's been. I can feel it in you. And you have been so strong for so long. And you are a remarkable, remarkable soul. But what you've been through is going to bring you somewhere. It's not for nothing, okay? It's not for no reason. There is a reason to it. You are alchemizing. You are moving forwards. You are burning through the debris. And you are changing the conditions in your life through which you are going to experience your life. You've been patient for a long time with the patience card, but things are coming into alignment. And this luck, what you're experiencing that you will feel lucky about, is something that you wanted for a long time with the patience. It's like you've been dreaming of this. You've been praying for this. You've been asking for this. You've been working for this for a long time. And now you're getting it, okay? This next phase of your life, you will have this. And you will also be working towards a greater manifestation of that, because the industriousness aspect of the B card means that there is still work to be done. There is still, in a way, like more work to be done, but in the best possible way, okay? In the best possible way. That crown chakra, oh my gosh, I wish I could just send you a little capsule of how I feel this energy. Like, I'm just sending it to you right now. But the crown chakra feels so good. It's seriously, you're going to feel on top of the world. You're going to feel so free. Like, you're like, karma who? Karma who? I don't even know about karma. I'm just living life. I'm just feeling amazing. Seriously, you're going to be feeling so good, good fun. I'm sending you so much love. Remember, hang in there. Remember the 4 of Earth. Things will not be taken away from you. The rug won't be ripped up from under you. You don't have to fear about this. your foundations will change, but in the best possible way, to make your life feel sustainable, amazing, and good, where you feel free and you can keep going and become that incredible spiritual leader that you are here to be with your amazing mission. Sending you so much love on your path. And if you would like to check out more of my work, please see all the links in the description box below. I have many tapes on my shop that might help you with at this time. With karma clearing, I have the Akashic record tape, actually the one that comes to mind for you. Akashic record clearing tape, ritual package, could really help you as you're shifting this karma. But anyway, I'm sending you so much love and take really good care. Hello, group 2. So deception and wisdom with the owl card. Very interesting energy. I feel a really mysterious energy for you. And look, on the back of the deck, we have the mystery. The mystery, literally. So what is hiding beneath the surface for you? I want to pull some clarifiers on this owl card because it feels super mysterious to me. So what is the deception, Spirit? What is the deception? The deception is the wind fairy, thoughts, words, intellectual analysis. Very interesting. And what is the wisdom here? What is the wisdom, Spirit? Communication. Whoa. Okay. So there has been some kind of a communication that's been trying to come in, like maybe from yourself or from someone else, but it's been for some reason like trapped in an intellectual analysis. Like there's a part of you that's like, this is ridiculous. Like you're intellectualizing something. You're intellectualizing an outcome, or you're intellectualizing like something that's actually available for you right now. There's more available to you right now than you're realizing is what I'm getting. Yeah, there's way more available to you than you realize right now. And so the deception is, I feel like with the intellectual analysis, it's kind of giving me the energy of, you know, when you might look around at your life and be like, well, this is the conditions that I'm under, so this is just how it is, kind of thing. Instead of realizing that our physical reality is not so much of a representation of what is available to us as we think that it is. Our physical reality is always in flux and change and shifting. So I'm feeling like you're kind of deceiving yourself a little bit with thoughts, words, and intellectual analysis of your life right now. And you might be affirming certain things to yourself, like, this isn't possible for me, this isn't going to happen for me, or I don't know. So I'm hearing something about that, like where you're like, this is impossible, nothing's ever going to change, it's always going to be this way. Kind of like feeling really, feeling really limited, like things aren't possible. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting. The Spirit is saying that's actually a deception, and you kind of know that it is. You kind of know that it is at a deeper level. You already kind of know this. But the wisdom, you've also been having these messages coming from deep within you, or coming from Spirit, or even from like people. Like I'm even seeing, like I'm feeling like Spirit's been really trying to communicate with you. And I feel this sense of numbness a little bit in your energy field, where I feel it's actually a little bit of anger, because I actually learned this week, emotional intelligence, I learned this week that actually numbness is a form of anger. How interesting is that? Isn't that really interesting? So it's sort of like under the umbrella of anger. And I was like, wow, kind of resonates actually. So I feel like there's a numbness in your energy field, where it's like Spirit's been trying to talk to you and be like, hey, things are possible. Hey, you're amazing. Hey, this thing's going to happen for you. And you're like, yeah, whatever. Like keep walking. I don't care. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. It's like very dismissive, very like pushing away, like no. And I feel it's from a place of pain. Like anger is always from a place of pain. Like I feel like you might be feeling like let down by the world, or by certain people or situations or something like this. It's like almost like I'm getting this sense of like you don't want to get your hopes up again because things have been hard, or you've just had something happen where you had your hopes up, and then it's like you've had your hopes up, but then something was disappointing. That's the energy, disappointment. It's like you've been disappointed by Spirit, by a person, by a situation, by yourself, I don't know, by anything, maybe a combination of things. And that feels really painful, and it feels really hard to like open your heart again to something that wants to manifest for you. So what's hiding beneath the surface is that there's actually more possibilities for you than you realize. Like that is what the main message of this reading is like, there's actually a lot more available to you right now than you realize, and that you are working towards right now. Like I'm feeling an energy from Spirit, like to kind of surrender a little bit more, because you are doing a lot of affirming of things being negative. And I do this all the time. So I'm like, I totally understand. But it's like when things get hard, it's like, it's really easy to just sit there and affirm like things are never going to get better, or, you know, things are always going to be this hard, or it's never going to change. And I'm seeing a lot of this kind of thing. And Spirit's saying like, hey, you know that you actually have like a very strong energy, right? Like you are a strong soul, you're a powerful soul. You actually have a lot of manifestational power available to you. So when you say these things like, it's not going to happen for me, nothing's ever going to happen for me, it doesn't become true, but what it does, I'm seeing, is that it creates kind of like a distorted web around you, like a distorted energy field around you, where it's like you're not seeing things quite clearly. So you have a lot of power in your throat chakra, which also comes through our words, and it comes through our thoughts as well. So it's like you might be thinking things that you're not super aware of, but then I'm seeing maybe you have a conversation with someone and they're like, what's been going on for you lately? And you might be just affirming heaps of negative things and just being like, and kind of just like a little bit like, because I'm really not trying to call you out because I do this myself. I'm so bad at this, but it's like you're kind of affirming like negative things, like, and it's sort of a way of like expressing how you've been feeling, like how bad it's been. But at the same time, it's sort of creating like a field of energy around you is what I'm seeing. Like I'm literally seeing your words coming out of your mouth and creating this like distortional field around you. I'm seeing your thoughts manifesting and creating like this distorting field around your energy field, where it's like, then spirit isn't able to come through. Or if spirit does come through with like messages from strangers or messages from loved ones or signs and synchronicities on your path, it might be like you don't even take it in. Like it's like, whatever, like I don't care. It's that kind of thing. So I feel that this reading is actually going to really help to like dissolve this field around you. I don't think you have to worry about it being there like long term. I think actually just the awareness of what's been going on is going to help kind of break you free. And I feel like maybe as I'm talking, you're like, oh yeah, that actually makes sense. And then it's like, whoa, your awareness shifts and all of a sudden you're like, okay. And I'm feeling you being like way more receptive to what I'm saying. Because remember how at the beginning of your reading, I was like, I feel like there's all this mystery in your energy field. Like I felt like I couldn't read you properly, because usually I can just read from one card. But I had to kind of get more information for you. And I was a bit like, what's going on here? So that's sort of how I feel like you have been feeling lately, is like this sense of confusion, or like being in the mystery of things and being like, I don't know what's going on, like what's even manifesting for me, I don't know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And Spirit's saying that a lot of it's coming from kind of like the fact that you're powerful. Like this is what you have to realize, is that the reason that it's happening is because of how powerful you are, because you are so powerful. When you think things, when you speak them, it becomes a form of manifestation, okay? So Spirit's saying, if you can, try to express your emotions in a way that isn't so affirming of the negative, right? It's like you can express how terrible things might feel, or how upset you are, or whatever, disappointed in life you are, without having to affirm like, and nothing's ever going to happen for me, you know, like that kind of takes it to the next level, which isn't actually accurate and it's not true, and it's actually a form of deception. And what it does is, like I said, it creates like a distortion field around you, where it's like you're not seeing things clearly. And even I couldn't see you clearly. So it's like, how can manifestations really like magnetize in when you have this field around you, right? So it's like, this field I'm seeing has dissolved. I'm seeing you clearly. You're receptive to the energy, and Spirit's going to be able to communicate with you more. But there might also be like this group feels a lot about communication. And sitting on the back of this deck, we have the throat chakra. Oh my God, I almost said the crown chakra. We have the throat chakra. So there's something here about communication where it's like, you might actually really be ready to start communicating something to the world. Let's pull one card to clarify, Spirit. Oh, you're joking. Back of this deck is the World. Okay, so yes, and look at this. Ace of Earth. I feel like this is something about you're actually ready to share yourself with the world. Okay? Wow, really interesting. So I actually feel this is so deep, man. So like I said, you have a really powerful throat chakra. You have a really powerful gift for communication. You have a really powerful gift of explaining things, communicating, maybe being a divine channel of some kind, like reading tarot. There's some way that you communicate, writing, whatever it might be, whatever communication you feel you're strongest with, like maybe holding space, being a therapist, whatever it looks like for you. Like you are seriously gifted at this. You are seriously a gifted communicator, and you have a lot of power in your throat chakra and in your words and in your voice and in your writing. Like the way that you convey your energy through your communication is seriously powerful. And I feel that there's like something that's shifting for you, like hiding beneath the surface, is some kind of an opportunity that you're actually ready for now, and you're ready to put yourself out there onto the world stage in a bigger way. You might already be doing this, but it's in a bigger way. And this could even just be like you already are some kind of a public figure, but then it's like you're getting more eyes on you, right? But for some of you, it's actually just putting yourself out there for the first time, kind of showing yourself for the spiritual person that you are, the spiritual beacon that you are. I just need to grab some water. I'm feeling like this is just a part of your destiny where you have to kind of surrender to the divine at this point, because this is your destiny. Like, this is what you've come here to do. And I feel this sense of like a lot of resistance from you, which is what has been creating this deception, intellectualization, like field of confusion around you, which was like creating this energy which I couldn't read you properly with. And I feel like in a way that's like a form of trying to protect yourself, like subconsciously, like you're trying to protect yourself from this next level, because it's scary. It's like almost a little bit like holding yourself back, or like not wanting yourself to be seen, not wanting yourself to be heard, not wanting yourself to shine so bright. But it's come a time where it's like the scales are tipping, and they're tipping in your favor, but it might feel kind of like intense or scary, because I'm getting like some tightness in my throat chakra as I'm talking, and it was like totally not there for group 1. So it feels very connected to your group and kind of what you're being, like the role that you're stepping into, because it feels very connected to your destiny. And I keep just feeling the sense of like, you have to surrender to the divine, because this is bigger than you. This is like about your soul's energy. But it's like this part of you is kind of deceiving yourself. And I feel it comes from past hurts. Like it comes from past hurts of being disappointed by humanity, I feel a sense of being disappointed by humanity, being disappointed by communication with others, where it's like you weren't heard, you weren't received, you weren't understood, or you were misunderstood. And I feel this like really hurt you, because I feel in the past that you've tried really hard to get through to someone or something, or to be understood in a certain way, or to express yourself creatively through a creative project, and maybe it didn't go quite the way you wanted it to, or you felt, I don't know, for some reason, like maybe it was successful in certain ways, because I don't feel a complete like flop energy, a complete like not working, but I just feel a sense of it wasn't as fulfilling as you wanted it to be, or as you almost like know that it could be. Like there's a sense of like it wasn't quite good. Like I feel disappointment in your energy field. I feel there's like some kind of disappointment, and I feel, yeah, like I said, I feel a little bit of anger as well in your energy field. And this is perfectly normal, and like we really need to kind of like be okay with our feelings, especially anger, because a lot of the time anger is one that we kind of want to reject and like not feel, but it's a messenger. So there is some anger at the universe, or more so at the at humanity. And there might be some anger at the universe, because spirit is kind of pushing you into this role, and you might feel like this isn't fair, I don't want to do it. I'm feeling like a strong inner child energy from you, where it's like you're kind of pushing away someone or something, an opportunity, spirit's messages that is trying to show you like, hey, this is good for you, like this is what you are, like this is you, like you're amazing, and you're kind of like, go away. I don't want to hear about it. And it comes, like I said, from some past pain, from past hurts, where it's like, I feel you really tried. Like, I don't know, it might have even been recent, it might have been a long time ago. It's sort of like this energy of like trying really hard for like a long period of time, and then by the end feeling kind of like, that was like not what I thought it would be. That was not good, or that wasn't fun, or it was draining, or it was disappointing. Ultimately, it was disappointing. And it's like, I feel this sense of like, it's really, really important to you, because you have a really strong throat chakra. It's really important to you to kind of be understood, to be understood by people when you speak, when you communicate. And it's kind of like you group 2, the reason I feel that this happened to you where you didn't feel like you were understood is because you are like light years ahead of this collective consciousness, okay? You are from the future. You really are. Like, you are like literally so futuristic. You're amazing. And you have this energy where it's like you really are from the future. Like, that's kind of the best way I can put it in terms of you would like your consciousness is very futuristic, and it's something that humanity is working towards, but most people aren't there yet. Okay, so you're kind of ahead of the curve. You're a trailblazer. You're living in a league of your own. Okay, and I'm gassing you up massively right now. This is what I'm feeling for you. This is just how I'm feeling your energy, and so this is why you might have felt in the past like when you speak, you aren't understood, and it's like you might be like, why am I not understood? You know. Why can't people get this? Like, for you, it's so self-evident, it's so obvious, or it's so just like, this is just basic, like, come on. But it's like for other people, it might be something that's almost too much for them to integrate. And I feel this sense of kind of a bit of frustration of like, can't people like hurry up already? Like, what's going on? Like, what is this? And that's why I feel this sense of like being disappointed by humanity and feeling like kind of let down by the collective consciousness, where it's like you might be really struggling to find your place in it, especially creatively or with your work or with your voice. You know, especially like there's just something about where it's like you really are living in a league of your own. And Spirit's saying that this is such a gift. It's such a positive thing. And you are about to experience the positive side of this. Okay. Whew, you're about to experience the very, very positive side of this gift, where it's like, it doesn't just have to be a burden, where it's like, oh my God, it's so unfair. Why is this not happening for me? Why do people not understand? Or they don't get it or whatever. It's like, I think that you've been really doing a lot of clearing of past trauma. And this could even be past life trauma around shame, like where you don't feel like you fit in, or you feel like people don't understand you, or they kind of like, you know, they sort of like make fun of you or diss you or something for being different, for being unique, for being a genius, basically. Like, you are a genius, and you know, it's like there's something about you that doesn't quite fit in to the collective. You're not a normie. You know what I mean? It does, like, you just don't quite fit into that status quo. And that's a good thing. Like, your vibration is needed and necessary to shake up the status quo. Like, we don't need more of the status quo. The status quo isn't working well for humanity, for Earth, right? It's not really going that well. Okay. We're heading towards destruction. So it's like, we need people to be different. We need people to be unique. We need people to be out there and ahead of the curve, and bringing in frequencies that are different and that are awakening a new timeline and awakening a new level of existence. So it's like, you're such a gift, and you're so special, and you're so incredible, and Spirit really needs you to know this, because I feel you've been telling yourself this story of like, there's no point, even if I share my gifts, no one's going to get it, or I'm like an alien in this world, that kind of feeling of like not fitting in. And even maybe a desire to be normal for some of you as well. Like, oh, I just want to be normal. Why can't I just live a normal life? Why can't I just, you know, be able to explain myself to some random stranger on the street without them thinking that I'm a weirdo, I'm a freak, I'm so crazy? And it's like, you're really being hard on yourself. And Spirit's saying that you're going to find your way. You're going to find your way, and you're going to find your place. You're going to find your place in the world where you don't feel like so crazy, or you don't feel like you don't fit in. And that's why the world card's here as well, because it's like, I see you really telling yourself a story with the wind fairy. It's like you're telling yourself a story of like, oh, no one's ever going to understand me, or there's no point. Like, I'm kind of getting this energy, and there's no point. Whenever you hear yourself saying, oh, there's just no point. Okay, there's just no point. That is a self-sabotage phrase, affirmation. It's an affirmation of self-sabotage. I downloaded this like a little while ago, and I was like, oh my God, it makes so much sense. It's like, there is always a point, okay? There's always a point to our life. There's always a point to our pain, to our struggles, to the things that we are working through. There's always a point. There's always a point. So when we say like, oh, there's just no point. There's no point in me trying. There's no point in me trying. There's no point in me trying. It's like, that's self-sabotage. That's you sabotaging your brilliance and your amazing destiny that you're moving into. So be aware of this, because it comes from past pain. But this past pain that you've gone through is something that you are so able to heal and overcome from. And it's actually going to fuel your creative work and your voice. It's actually going to make you a stronger voice because you went through this. Like, there is so much meaning and purpose for what you have been through, in terms of being disappointed or not having people understand you, or whatever it looks like for you. Like, maybe feeling blocked up in your creative gifts, being afraid to communicate, being afraid to find your voice, being afraid to be out there, being afraid to be crazy, different, whatever it might be, bringing in a very different frequency to the collective than what is the status quo. So Spirit's saying like, you're kind of not meant to fit in. And the more that you embrace that, the more you will feel like you fit in. Okay. It's kind of counterintuitive. It's like, you're kind of always meant to be in a league of your own, but that is your perfect place. That is your sense of belonging. Like, once you really embrace this about yourself, once you really accept this about yourself, that's when you'll feel the most sense of belonging. That's when you'll feel the most sense of like, yeah, I know where I am in this world. I know what my place is in this world. And it's a very beautiful thing. So you are going to be moving out into the world with a new sense of strength and power in your voice. And this is why it might have been really intense lately, where you've been really in this negative shadow energy of like, there's no point, or I'm not good enough, or whatever it might have looked like for you. Where you're telling yourself something isn't possible for you, or the world's never going to understand your work, or it's never going to get you to where you want to go. Like, maybe it's like, oh, the world's never going to hear me, or I'm never going to be able to be as successful as I want to be. It's like this kind of energy, and Spirit saying like, no. You actually, that's a deception, and you actually 100% are here to communicate. Could even be singing, could be music for some of you. It's something about your voice, sound healing. It's something to do with your voice though. Your voice, your writing, your communication, your channeling, something like this. It's like, you are definitely meant to be heard, and you are meant to be heard on the world stage. Like, your frequency uplifts all, it uplifts humanity, and it helps the world. You are so important and necessary. And yes, you are kind of from the future, okay? You are kind of like in a league of your own, but that's such a gift. That's such a blessing. You know, we don't need more of the status quo. Like I said, we really don't. We need people that come in, they break things up, and they free humanity from this status quo. We need freedom. We need freedom creators, you know, and pattern breakers. And that's 100% what you are. And you're amazing for exactly who you are. And I feel that this thing that's hidden from you is basically this, like how incredible you are. You've been deceiving yourself into thinking that you aren't, or into deceiving yourself into thinking that you won't be successful, or that you can't be, or that the world won't understand you, or that you won't be recognized for the amazing talent that you are. It's like, think again, okay? This is what's been hidden from you. And I see you really stepping out into the world stage in a new way, with way more confidence, and with also a sense of surrender to your divine plan. Like, some of you might have resistance to this from past life, or past life trauma or karma, or some kind of trauma in this life around communication, or being ridiculed, or being alien, different, whatever it might be. But I see a new beginning coming in for you, where it's like, this is what's hiding beneath the surface. This is what's hiding beneath the surface, is like a new beginning for you, where you surrender to your divine plan, to the divine plan and the divine destiny that has kind of been mapped out for you. And I felt a lot of resistance from you about it when I was like tuning in with that. I was like, this is what you're here to do. And I feel a sense of you being like, no, there's no point. But it's like, that's self-sabotage, and you really can't, like, spirit, like, you are too much of a powerful soul to like allow yourself to be held back for much longer. Like, you just can't. Like, it's just not going to happen. Like, you're so on the cusp of a breakthrough around this. Like, you really are. And maybe some of you have also been working on a project recently that you're ready to release into the world. There might have been apprehension or doubts or things like this. And if that's the case, like, this project you're about to release is going to change your script. It's going to change the narrative that you give to your life, because you're going to see that it's received differently, or that your communication is understood. Or you might be ready to communicate in a more out there way, where you're speaking things that are really crazy, or out there, or provocative, or different, or futuristic, this kind of thing. Like, you are meant to hold a future timeline in yourself. And that is a lot of responsibility, but you are a powerful soul, and you are able to do this. And I feel your pain, because it is not an easy path. Like, we are coded as humans to want to connect. And when you hold such a futuristic energy, it's like you connect more with future energies that haven't necessarily manifested yet when you look at the world around you. But I know you, and I know, like, well, I know you. I can see you. That's what I mean. It's like, I can see you. And I know that when you're in that frequency of when you're really tapped into your divine mission, it's like everything feels so fulfilling. Everything feels so good. And this is the greatest path of fulfillment that you can have, even if it means that you put yourself out there onto the world stage and you're speaking about things that are different, or you're I don't know, having to face some kind of trauma around being ridiculed, or whatever it might be. Like, I'm just seeing a lot of pain in your throat. Like, a lot of it's cleared actually as I'm talking. But it's like there's been resistance in your field, and it's because of pain. And like I said, feeling like maybe let down by humanity, or feeling like, why can't people understand me, or why can't people see me for who I am? But it's like that narrative is changing. You don't have to hold on to that narrative for the rest of your life, because it wasn't ever meant to be here for the rest of your life. It was just a passing thing as you were healing something. And it's really, the wisdom is that you have something to share. You have a gift, and like, you're going to be sharing that. Like, there's no other timeline for you. Like, this is your highest timeline. This is your timeline of greatest success, of greatest happiness, of greatest fulfillment. And it's also the one that you're here to gift to the world, because you hold frequencies that you are here to gift to the world, and it will change the world when you do this. Oh, all right, group 2. I'm sending you so much love on your path. And yeah, I feel this reading will have helped to like clear some of that deception energy that I was feeling in your energy field at the beginning, clear up any kind of like self-sabotage patterns, and make you realize how much is available for you. A new story. You're about to write a new story. Let this new narrative be written, because your life is changing. Okay? I'm sending you so much love, and if you'd like to check out more of my work, please see the links in the description box below. I just channeled an Akashic record reading, Akashic record clearing like package, which I actually feel like could really help you with this past life energy that I was picking up on. It's sort of like a ritual. It's got a light language tape, it's got a sleep tape, it's got like a lot of things in there. It's really good value, and I feel that it could really help to shift things along for you. So check it out if you resonate, and good luck. Hello group 3, welcome to your reading. So the first thing that I'm picking up is about your vision. Like, I feel like you've just seen something, and perceived it more. Like, you've perceived something, but you're holding it down in your awareness. Okay, it's like it's like you're pretending like, oh, I didn't just see that. I didn't just see that truth. I didn't just realize this thing. I didn't just have this massive like a breakthrough in my awareness. Like there's something about you're seeing something, but you don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. And this is what's hidden beneath the surface, because Spirit's saying like actually accepting this into your energy field, accepting that you have seen this for what it is, coming out of a sense of denial is actually going to set you free, and it's going to bring like a win-win forecast. Like it's going to bring like a win-win situation. It's like both. It's like I feel like you're trying to protect someone. Maybe it's yourself, maybe it's someone else. Maybe you've seen the truth about a relationship. Maybe you've seen the truth about a job. Maybe you've seen the truth about yourself, about how powerful you are, about what your future is, about something you're capable of. And it's like there's a sense of you're like, I'm just going to pretend like that I just didn't see this. And this is actually like really common, even for people that are like super intuitive, which I feel like you are. It may be even more so for people that are super intuitive because you perceive things all the time that are maybe inconvenient truths. It's like that. It's like an inconvenient truth where you're like, this does not fit into something that is comfortable for right now for me. Oh, hello, Nina. Needing attention, are we? Okay, let's pull you a chakra card. Okay, I want to see which chakra is coming up for you, the root chakra. Okay, so it might really feel like if you really accept this truth into your heart, that something has to change. Like maybe you have to take action in kind of a radical way, or maybe it threatens a sense of belonging. Like you might have just had awakening about something that brings a sense of foundation or survival to you, maybe about a family member, maybe about a relationship, maybe about a workplace, a job, a career. You're like, this is really inconvenient, and I really am going to pretend like I didn't just see this, or I didn't just realize this, or I didn't just have this intuition. Okay, so Spirit, what exactly do you want to tell them about this though? What do you want to tell them about this? Because that is what I'm picking up, but what do you want to tell them about it? 10 of water. So yeah, so Spirit's saying like it really is safe for you to see this truth and to integrate it as true, because it's going to bring you 10 of water, which is like the most amount of happiness possible on this earth plane. Okay? The most amount of happiness possible on this earth plane. And I feel maybe it's something you've invested in a long time. Like maybe, for example, this is the kind of energy I'm picking up. So apply it to your own situation, how you feel, how you see fit. It's kind of like maybe you've worked really hard at a career. Really, really hard at a career. You've worked at it for many years and you've put lots of effort into it. You've put lots of time into it. You've invested, and you thought for such a long time that this was it. Like this was the one for you. This is the thing that I'm meant to do. And then it gets to a certain point in your success and you're like, all of a sudden you're perceiving things differently. You're perceiving like, oh, this isn't really filling me anymore. This isn't really what I want. And you've just gotten to like such a good place and you're so successful and you're like, why is this not fulfilling me? Why do I not want to do this anymore? And so there's a sense of like maybe you wanting to push it down and be like, yeah, this is just a phase. This isn't really what's going on. I'm just going to push this intuition down and pretend like it's not happening, or pretend like I'm not seeing this. Kind of going into denial to try to keep the status quo, to try to keep stability of some form in your life, because you're like afraid of like, if you really accept this intuition, it would be just total chaos. Like, how can I accept this? But Spirit's saying like, actually, if you accept that intuition of like, this is not fulfilling you anymore, if you accept it and surrender to the fact that like, this is actually true, it can bring in such a change in your circumstances, like a change in your forecast. I'm seeing like a forecast changing. It's like, it's going to bring you so much fulfillment. The 10 of Cups talks about happiness, fulfillment, overflowing with so much happiness and fulfillment and love and being in alignment and having a connection with the divine and having your dreams come true, whatever that looks like for you. And there's something about a path that you've been on that is coming to an end, and this scares you. It scares you at your deepest level. And that's why you're like, yeah, I'm just going to go into denial about this. And it's totally a subconscious thing. Like, I really don't want you to be hard on yourself about this in any way, because it's something that's a supernatural part of the human experience. And I also know like, yeah, depending on like different childhood experiences, this can be more common like for different people. It's something that I know how to read it because I've experienced it a lot in my life. And so it's like, even though I feel you are such an intuitive person, I feel like it's like you also intuit in this download you've had and this awareness you've had, you also intuit like, oh, this is going to totally like change my life. This is going to rock my world. This is going to change my foundations. This is going to, change the course of my life. I thought that I was going one direction. Now I'm going this other direction. And you're like, no, this is too much. This is overwhelming. I'm just going to pretend like that just didn't happen. And Spirit's saying that you can kind of try to be in denial as much as you like, but it won't last. It really won't. And Spirit's saying that really what Spirit wants you to know, because Spirit understands and sees you and all that you are, Spirit just really wants you to know that it's not actually that's scary. It's not a bad thing, okay? It's actually such a positive thing. And it's not going to be like a sense of loss because I feel this fear of loss. It's like, oh, if I accept this truth, I'm going to lose something. I'm going to lose what I've built. I'm going to lose what I've worked for. The Spirit's saying, no, you're not actually. You're going to gain. You're going to gain so much. You're going to gain so much happiness, so much fulfillment, so much divine alignment. And it's going to bring you closer to all of the other dreams and goals that you have. Like accepting this one thing is going to bring you closer to the goals and dreams you want, because currently it's starting to become an obstacle to what it is that you truly want. Like I feel change is necessary. Change is here for you. But there's a part of you that's like terrified of that because it's the unknown. And you're like, well, I don't know what this is going to look like. I don't know what it's going to be. It might even be about a relationship breaking down, or you might realize like, oh, I need to move, I need to move location, or I need to move countries, or I need to, like, there's something that has to change. And it's like, it's scary because it's something maybe you've relied upon for a long time, or something you've invested in a lot, or you thought was just like it. You're like, yeah, this is it. This is the one for me. This is the thing for me. This is the career for me. This is the place for me. And then all of a sudden it stops being that for you. And you're like, no. And you're kind of wanting to control it and be like, no, this isn't happening. This isn't happening. And you're kind of like, I'll just put my head in the sand and pretend like this isn't happening. And Spirit's saying like, this can only last for so long. And the Spirit has so much endless compassion for the fact that it feels overwhelming. But Spirit really wants you to understand and know that it's going to be good. Like it's going to be such a good thing. And when you actually are like, because this is inevitable, okay? The thing that you've picked up on, that you're intuiting, it's inevitable. And if for some of you, you might be like, what are you talking about, Bridget? Well, it might be something that's happening for you in the future, okay? Like you might be having this intuition coming up soon where you're like, oh my God, I have to change jobs. I have to change careers. And it's like, whoa. But for some others of you, it's something that's been in your awareness for some time. And you kind of maybe even some of you might have been like in that flip-flop energy where it's like some days you're like, yes, this is what I want. And then other days you're like, totally like, nope, I'm just pretending like this is totally not happening because it's totally overwhelming me. But Spirit's saying like you can only kind of do this for a certain amount of time before it kind of becomes inevitable, because this is part of your destiny path. And like pursuing this is going to give you everything that you want. It really will. It's going to give you like the happy ever after with the 10 of Cups. Like it's going to give you that happy ever after that you want. And I know that you crave some sense of stability, because I think change can be overwhelming at the best of times. But I just feel this sense of overwhelm in your energy field where you're like, change is just going to be terrible. It's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging. And Spirit's saying, no, it's not. Actually, it's not. And when things are in alignment for us, like this is a little trick, to kind of shift your perception of things. Like you need to shift your perspective, because you're thinking that when you make change that it's going to be really hard, it's going to be really impossible, it's going to be really long or challenging. And Spirit's saying it's actually going to be the opposite. Like when you are in alignment, things can happen for us really, really quickly. Like I remember, like it's sort of this thing of like, once you make that decision, you're going to be like, oh, was that is that how easy it is? Like, and something's going to come in for you that's going to line it up. Like for example, leaving your job, maybe, for example, if, this resonates, but it doesn't have to be this, but it's like leaving your job. Maybe you're really afraid. It's like, oh my God, it's going to be so impossible for me to get another job. It's going to be so hard. It's going to be so challenging. And then what if I get another job and then it's the exact same thing as what I've already been going through, blah, 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 whatever. And then it's like, well, actually, if it's in alignment, it's going to happen quickly. It's going to happen easily. It's going to happen as soon as you kind of like as soon as you're ready to take that leap of faith and take that action, it will kind of be there to catch you. And that's the thing Spirit's saying is you're misperceiving what's going on, which is why you are trying to be in denial about it a little bit, right? Why you're trying to kind of pull the wool over your eyes about it a bit, because you're perceiving it as if it's going to be really hard, it's going to be really bad or chaotic or negative, or you're going to get lots of judgment from people. And it's like, actually, it's going to be the opposite thing. It's going to be really easy. It's going to happen really fast. You're going to like have that new job lined up as soon as you kind of make that shift energetically, or you're going to have that, you're going to have the things that you need to make you feel safe, okay? Because with the root chakra, it's like about our sort of basic survival needs. Like we need food, we need money, we need a house, we need shelter, we need, some kind of support emotionally, right, in our life. So it's like you're having a fear that if you let go of something that you have realized that you've outgrown, or that, has outgrown you or whatever, you're like, okay, this isn't working for me anymore. But it's like there's this fear that you won't be met. You won't be having your needs met. But Spirit's saying you will have your needs met. You will. And so you need to change your perception about it, because basically the truth will always set us free. This is the thing, that the reason that this has come into your awareness is not for no reason. It's not because, oh, you're a failure or something like this. Because I feel you being really hard on yourself and you're like, why can't I just why can't I just like stick with this thing? Why can't it just be this thing? It's so much more convenient if it's just this thing. But I see the timeline, and it's like I see it running out on you. Like I see that it's like it's not going to give you the thing that you need. It's not going to give you that happily ever after that you're looking for, okay? And it's sort of like holding on to it is just going to create more chaos and more suffering than if you just shift into the new. And that is like the truth of this. And it's so funny because it's sort of like the inverse of what you're feeling. Like you're kind of feeling like, oh, if I go into the new thing, then it's going to be chaotic and it's going to be crazy and it's going to be like too much and overwhelming. And it's like, actually, if you resist this intuition, if you resist this new, that's what's going to create the chaos, the overwhelm, and the things kind of being challenging. It's actually the resistance that creates that when we hold on too long to the old and we're not willing to sort of step into the new. And I see you stepping into the new, like in the future. I see this happening for you. And you're like, oh my gosh, why didn't I do this earlier? What the hell? Why didn't I do this earlier? And you're so happy, you know, you're so like excited about it. And you're like, what was I thinking? Why didn't I just do this earlier? Why did I stay in that freaking thing that was so horrible? Like that, you know, that terrible job that I hated and I was suffering so much. Like, why didn't I just like set myself free earlier? And so it's like, I know there's a lot of survival fears that are like totally relevant and valid. I meant to say valid, but I said relevant, so I'm not sure what that means. But I meant to say totally valid that you feel this survival stuff. But it's like the 10 of Cups is waiting for you. Like, oh my gosh, like spirit and your spirit guides, your higher self, the universe itself is not going to let you keep yourself from this, okay? Because it's just too good. It's just too good what you have coming in. It's just too good. Spirit's not going to let you keep yourself from this, right? Okay, so let's pull some more cards for you. What does Spirit want you to know about what's hiding beneath the surface? Wealth. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. This is the thing. Like, I feel you're really, like, the way that you're seeing things is actually the opposite of what is true. Okay, so it's like your perception kind of needs to be flipped on its head. Because, for example, you're like, oh, but I've just spent all this time building this career. And so if I leave this career, I'm going to be like poor and broke and I'm not going to have any money. And it's like, actually, the opposite is true. If you leave this career that you feel you've outgrown, that you don't enjoy anymore, that your soul is like begging you to like let go of, you will be met with wealth. And wealth is more than just money, but I feel it's also money, like, because we have the root chakra as well. Like, this is about you having enough money to survive, to do everything you want to do. But it's also about stability in a sense of like, this is the actual path for you. So therefore it can manifest in a stable and secure way. When we hold on to a timeline that isn't actually for us anymore, that's when we create chaos and turmoil and things not working out and things becoming really, really hard and challenging. So it's like, you got a lot of wealth here, and I feel like luck as well for you. So it's sort of like the new, because I feel you've already been, or you will perceive what this is. Like, you're going to be like, oh, this career, I built this for so long and I can't do it anymore. Like, I've outgrown it. And there's a fear of like, what if I run out of money? What if I can't support myself? What if I'm, you know, something. And maybe you're like leaving the corporate world, but you get like kind of a steady income and then you want to like do something more creative. And it's like, I see when you do this new thing where it's like more creative, more you, more free, whatever it might be that you've been intuiting, it's like, you're going to get more money for doing that. Even though you're on a good paycheck or whatever, where you currently are, the new version of you, the new existence, the new timeline will bring more wealth. It will bring more wealth. It will bring more abundance. It will bring more stability because it's aligned. And when we are aligned, we are abundant. When we are out of alignment, we struggle with abundance. And look, it's not as black and white as that, because we can have karmic imprints and things like this that we have to work through that can really keep us from alignment and from things like it's not as black and white as that. But essentially, you're finding your highest timeline expression. And it's like the timeline you've been on, it was in alignment for you for quite a long time. That's why you thought that it was the right thing, but you've outgrown it, or there's something about it that can't come with you to this next phase, because you're going for a 10 out of 10 life. Okay. You're not happy. You're not going to be happy with like a 7 out of 10, a 6 out of 10. It's like, hello, there's so much room for improvement. I feel you very like, wanting to improve. You're like, let's make life better. Let's do. And so it's like Spirit's sort of guiding you and showing you like, well, this is where you need to go. This is your highest timeline. If that's what you're wanting, this is your highest timeline. And you know, when the shadow of the base chakra, actually really interesting, it's coming through like this. The shadow of the root chakra is sacrifice. Okay. It's sacrifice. But sacrifice, like, you can look at it in different ways, because on the spiritual path, there is a form of sacrifice that we have to make in order to progress within ascension. And this is actually one of the fundamental reasons why people choose to kind of like pitch their tent in the ascension journey. pitch their tent up the mountain. They're like, I'm not going any further, because they're unwilling to sacrifice something. But the thing is that the sacrifice that we make when it's in alignment with the divine, when it's in alignment with spirit, it's always a positive sacrifice. It's never something that is like truly taking away from us. Is something that we have to let go of in order to welcome the new. And so it's always a positive thing. But there's also a shadow side of sacrifice, which is when we kind of like self-sacrifice ourselves, our needs, our wants, our desires, because we want to stay within a certain relationship or a certain job or a certain paradigm or a certain community. We're like, well, I'll just sacrifice who I really am because I really like this person, or I really like this job, or whatever. And it's like, that is a shadow form of sacrifice that actually keeps us from true sense of belonging, our true place in the world. Because our root chakra talks about our place in the world. Like, where do you fit in? What's your place? Where are your people? What's your land? Where's the land that you're meant to live upon? These kinds of things. So sacrifice can be both a positive thing and a negative thing. Like, it can be in both expressions. Like, we have to sacrifice things in ascension, if you want to call it that. But I kind of like to call it that because it's sort of, I don't know, it feels like kind of a spiritual term. There is a higher level of sacrifice where we have to let go of, attachments to lower level things, like, whatever. It could be like addictions to food or drugs or whatever it might be. Like, we have to sacrifice those things that we might have used to keep us safe in order to get to a new level, in order to get to a higher level of consciousness. Or we have to sacrifice, toxic relationships. We have to sacrifice, I don't know, things that we really might sometimes not want to have to sacrifice, but we do have to in order to move forwards, okay? There are times in the journey where we will sacrifice, but there's also a shadow side of sacrifice, like I've been saying, which is when we self-sacrifice, where we put our needs aside, where we try to stay in a toxic job or a toxic relationship, and we're like, well, I'll just sacrifice my happiness. And it's like, Spirit's like, you can't do that because you want a 10 out of 10 life, and you deserve a 10 out of 10 life. And the 10 of Cups and the Wealth card, it's like, this is a 10 out of 10 existence. This is what you are working towards. This is what you've just intuited. Like, oh my gosh, all of a sudden you're realizing, like, this thing isn't fulfilling me in the way that I thought it was. This isn't actually enough. And that's okay. I feel a lot of fear in you from even just acknowledging this. Like, it's like there's a fear to even acknowledge this because, like I said, maybe you've worked really hard on something for a long time, or maybe it's a relationship that you're like, I really don't want to have to let go of this person. I love them. Like, I can't believe this. It's devastating. But Spirit's saying, like, but on the other side of this is so much happiness. And like I said, with ascension, when we want to get to that next level, if we don't want to pitch our tent at some point along the mountain, we want to get to that next phase, we will have to let go of things that might even break our hearts, okay? I've had to do it many, many times. Like, it depends on how far you want to go. Like, we have free will. You don't have to, but it won't be as fulfilling. It will be more chaotic. It will be like a 6 out of 10 life, right? If you don't. This is the thing. Like, we can have it all, but we have to align, and we have to trust in the path that we are walking, the spiritual path that we are walking. So you're very intuitive, you're very perceptive, and you've picked up on something, and you're like, holy shit, I wish I didn't see this. I wish that this wasn't true. I don't want this to be true. No. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like, wait, you're telling me I have to give up chocolate to go to the next? No way. It's kind of like that, for a very funny kind of like, and it's like, there might be some emotions of like having to let go of this thing. It's like, I don't want to, because sacrifice, like, the reason that I'm saying sacrifice instead of like letting go is because usually before we've entered into that next phase of our life, it feels like a freaking sacrifice. It doesn't feel like, oh, I'm just casually letting go of this thing that's super easy and I'm just letting it go. It's like, no, it feels heart-wrenching. It feels hard. It feels like I don't want to have to let go of this thing, But when we do, we gain so much. And that's what the Wealth card is saying. Like, we gain so much. When we are doing this in alignment, we gain everything. We lose nothing and we gain everything. But it's our perception that has to shift, because we have these attachments to things. We have attachments to people, places, things, substances, foods, things that keep us in a certain state of being that aren't a match to where we are going. So you are rapidly ascending group 3. You are on an ascension path and you are rapidly ascending. And it is natural and normal for you to have outgrown something. It's a good thing. That's the thing. Spirit's saying, like, please see this as a good thing, because currently you're kind of like, seeing it as a scary thing. And I just picked up this deck to give you your last card, and look at that, ascending the mountain, keep going forwards. That's right. It's like, keep moving forwards. Group 3. Did I call you group 1? I'm sorry if I did. I don't know if I did. Anyway, my brain, I don't know. But look, you're ascending the mountain. You're on an ascension path. Like, you just are. Like, you're an ascending soul. You're here to ascend. You're not really here to pitch your tent, okay? Look, everyone has free will. We can do whatever we really want, technically. But you have a plan for your life. You have a goal. You're getting to the 10 of Cups. This is like such divine happiness, so much goodness, such an expanded heart, it's like an enlightened energy of love, like being so in love with life that you are enlightened by it. That's what you're moving towards. So much abundance ready for you, waiting for you. So you need to shift your perception from loss to gain, and realize, like, keep going forwards. You are here to keep moving forwards. I'm going to pull you one more card for advice for what you're going through. Spirit, what do you want Group 3 to know? What do you want Group 3 to know? One card, Spirit. The whole deck wants to come out. Infinite abundance. Are you kidding? Wow. Infinite abundance. The abundance is pouring into your life. Look at that. And wealth. Are you serious? So yeah, like really abundance, especially, you really don't have to worry about, but like abundance is everything. It's about relationships, about being cared for, loved. It's about so much more, enjoying life, being fulfilled by life. And it's about money and material gain and, you know, the things that make us feel safe, shelter, home, love, all these things. On the back of the deck, we also have answering the call. The time is now. That's right. The time is now. This door is opening for you. See it as a beautiful opportunity from the divine. And you are not losing anything, you are gaining things. And I send you so much love as you are going through this integration. If you would like to check out more of my work, please see the links in the description box below. I just channeled an Akashic record clearing ritual. It's got a light language tape. It's got a sleep tape, affirmations. It's really powerful. And there's a ritual that you read out and you do it as a practice for like 30 days. It's really powerful. I feel like you would really benefit from that if it resonates with you as you're moving through like letting go of things, because it really helps to like let go of soul contracts that we've outgrown, like imprints from past lives, vows that we've taken that aren't in alignment with us, all these things. So it could really help you as you're in this kind of crux of changing timelines. But yeah, I'm sending you so much love and you have so much abundance coming in for you, Group 3.